Bells will be ringing.
Good morning, this is Frederick Zapone here, and the subject this morning is going to be the truth. We're going to talk about truth. Now, what is truth? Well, there's your truth, and then there's my truth, and then there's our truth, and there's objective truth, and there's subjective truth. But the truth we're going to talk about is the truth that we have to operate on, which is our perception, the way we see life. Now, the question somebody once asked me is, how can you tell the difference between a truth and a lie? And it took me a while to figure that one out, but it's actually pretty simple. When you are telling yourself the truth, you feel lighter, brighter, and more carefree than when you're not telling yourself the truth. When you're lying to yourself, you'll feel darker, somber, heavier, and depressed. That's how you can tell the difference between telling yourself the truth and lying. One of the things I discovered is that telling, I just did this wonderful first take of this video. It was perfect. And then when it was finished, I went to listen to it. It was total silence. And why was it total silence? Because the microphone was on mute. So this great work of art about the truth has disappeared into the universe. And this is the second take of it. Hopefully it'll be as good as the first, but I can't promise you that. Anyhow, what got me onto this whole thing about the truth is this whole Jesse James, Sandra Bullock affair. I don't have a problem about Jesse James' sexual appetite, and if he wants to sleep with all the hot chicks in the world, that's not my problem, okay? That's his problem. But what I do have a problem with is his deception. See, deception is what hurts. I mean, having sex with someone is not a big deal, but when you deceive your partner about that, that is a big deal. Deception of a person is something that we do when we're afraid to tell our truth to someone. And so I have learned over the course of the last 8 years that to tell my truth regardless, because in telling my truth I am always set free. Now, the reason that people don't tell their truth is because they're afraid of rejection, they're afraid of disagreement, they're afraid of people going to be upset with them. But the truth is, if you live your life as a coward by not having the willingness to tell your truth, you will never be free, and you'll never truly be happy. So the first thing, it's always seeking your truth. What is your truth? What is true for you? It's like, and it's not going to be necessarily what's true for the group. It's what's true for you. But if it's true for you, it's going to ring true for you inside, and you're going to feel good about it. Truth never makes you feel bad. It always makes you feel good. And I don't know what the hell that has to do with anything. I wrote an article about, I was defending Jesse James in his relationship to Sandra Bullock, and I was having a hard time defending him because of this thing called deception. Deception has ruined more relationships than you can count. I mean, literally. And we only deceive people because we're afraid. There is no other reason to deceive people. If you're not afraid, you won't deceive. If you're afraid, you will deceive. And I have a blog called celebrityrated.blogspot.com. I'll put it up here in the window a little bit. You can go see the article I wrote in regards to deception regarding Jesse James, his relationship with Sandra Bullock. Anyhow, the point is that in seeking the truth, you will be set free. My favorite quote about the truth is this, and it goes like this. It's like, the truth shall set you free, but first it will piss you off. And I tell you, anytime you're mad and upset, chances are you've been hit square in the eye with a truth you don't like, and it will upset you, but it will also set you free. I've been in a relationship now for 7 years with this wonderful woman, and when I went into the relationship, I had come out of one where I'd been hurt really, really bad. And one of the things I made up my mind is, from the very beginning, I was going to tell my truth ruthlessly, whether the other person liked it or not. Because what I discovered is, if you have to pretend to be something you're not, if you can't tell your truth in your relationship, eventually that relationship is going to end. Eventually that relationship won't work. Eventually that relationship will end up in divorce. And so when I met the lady I'm in a relationship with today, I told her, I said, I can't promise you I'm going to be with you forever, but I can promise you that moment by moment I will tell you my truth. And I have. Now, there's been some moments that have been a little slower than others. I've held back on the truth a little bit, but I eventually told it, because when I look to tell the truth, here's the thing about the truth. You can either use truth as a way to love someone, or you can use truth as a weapon, as a way to hurt someone. And so when I delay telling someone the truth, I'm only delaying it. I will always tell them the truth, but I got to make sure I can say the truth and speak my truth in a way that feels good to them and doesn't hurt them. You know, for an example, if you don't like the way your lover looks or the way they dress or something, there are ways to tell them that without making them feel bad. But it does take a little diplomacy in figuring out how to do that. So there should never be an excuse for not telling your truth to another person. You know, the biggest excuse people say is this: oh, I can't tell that person that. I'll hurt their feelings. Well, that's not the truth. The truth is you're afraid to tell the person what you want to tell them because they'll be upset, and if they get upset, then you'll feel bad. So the truth is, the reason why you can't tell someone else your truth is you're afraid they're going to get upset, and you're going to feel bad. That's what you're worried about. And the bottom line, that's what we're always worried about. So it really is in our best interest to share our lives with people in ways that make them feel good, because if we're making them feel good, it makes us feel good. So that's my take on the truth and the truth setting you free. And this is Frederick Zappone speaking to you today from the Universe's Emergency Broadcasting Network. Have a great day.